Hey guys, this is the continuation of 3.7 proper rational functions. I got cut off near the end of that last example, so let's go ahead and finish this one up. So the first thing that we're doing when we are graphing a proper rational function, we know it's rational because the numerator degree is less than that denominator degree. The first thing we want to do is find our intercepts. To find our x-intercept, we can set our numerator equal to 0. Now, in the previous example, we had a 1 at the top. And if we set that equal to 0, 1 equals 0, that's not a true statement. That tells us there's no x-intercepts. Here we have x plus 2. So we can set that equal to 0. And we find that x equals negative 2. So we can go ahead and put a mark there that there's an x-intercept at negative 2. To find the y-intercepts, we take our bottom function, which is represented here, and set that equal to 0. So we take x squared minus 3x plus 2. We set that equal to 0. Or, sorry, we don't set it equal to 0. We plug in 0. My apologies, I misspoke. When we plug in 0 at the top and at the bottom, we get 2 over 2, or 1. So we plot our y-intercept at 1. We've already found our asymptotes by setting the denominator equal to 0. That was step 1. Step 3 then is to find values between the asymptotes. So we need to choose a value over here on the left, choose a value that's in between our two asymptotes, and then choose a value to the right of the asymptote. So we're going to plug in 3 and 3 halves. 3 halves would put us right here in the middle. 3 is here. We already have two values to the left, but if we wanted to choose another one just to kind of examine this curve, we could do that. When we plug in 3, we get 5 halves, and plugging in 3 halves gives us negative 14. So we know this about this particular function. We've got a vertical asymptotes at x equals 1 and 2, an x-intercept at negative 2, 0, a y-intercept at 0, 1, and the points on the graph, we have 3 and 5 halves, and 3 halves and negative 14. Okay, we are then going to graph. We're going to plot the points and use the asymptotes. We need to make sure that we use the x-axis on as an asymptote as well, because we've talked about before that horizontal asymptote. The x-axis is always a horizontal asymptote for a proper rational function. This is a proper rational function because the numerator's degree is less than the denominator's degree, so we're going to not cross that x-axis either. It tells us that the tails are approaching 0. Since the only x-intercept is at negative 2, we know that the graph cannot cross the x-axis anywhere else, so the left tail will approach the x-axis from the negative side. So it's going to cross right there, and then ever so slightly just approach that x-axis. It's very difficult to see there. So our steps for graphing rational functions. Here we go as a review. First, find vertical asymptotes by setting the denominator equal to 0. Then, finding the intercepts. To find the x-intercept, we set our numerator equal to 0. And to find our y-intercept, we change all of our x's to 0. Okay, and the x-intercept there, again, numerator equal to 0, and y-intercept, we evaluate our function at 0. We find values between any of the asymptotes, and keep in mind that a proper rational function has a horizontal asymptote on the x-axis. Again, it can cross the asymptote. That just tells you the behavior of the tails. It cannot cross a vertical asymptote, however, and then we sketch our graph. Today we identified proper rational functions in reduced form. Plus, we identified horizontal and vertical asymptotes, domains, and ranges, and we graphed reduced proper rational functions. In our next lesson, we're going to take a look at the rest of the rational function realm, the ones that aren't proper and aren't reduced. If you guys have any questions, be sure to write those down and ask me next class.